Let me ask you something. How many times has it happened that you made a plan for your whole day, made a list of all the tasks you need to do, and then completed all those tasks one by one, exactly on time, just as you had planned? Now, maybe some of you are thinking, sometimes or maybe never, you might be thinking the reason behind this is a lack of motivation, procrastination, or laziness, which leads to a failed planning. Psychologists say that it happens due to a psychological bias, which is a natural tendency in humans to overestimate their abilities. This is why whenever someone asks us how long a task will take, most of us tend to give an overly optimistic answer. For instance, if a task realistically takes 2 days, but we think we can finish it in 1, it ends up taking more time than we thought. So, next time you make a plan, try to think as realistically and practically as possible. Otherwise, you might get stuck in planning failure and end up failing to fulfill your commitments. This psychological fact will help you make better decisions in daily life and will be useful for the rest of your life. And there are more amazing psychological facts that we will share with you that will help in your everyday life. But right now, we challenge you to watch this video till the end with full focus and let us know in the comments at the end of the video whether you passed or failed. Number 2, the contrast effect. Imagine 2 glasses of water. One has ice-cold water and the other has normal water. Now, if you put your right hand in the ice-cold water for 1 minute and then after a minute you put both your hands in normal water, your left hand will feel normal, but your right hand will feel like it's in hot water. This is due to a psychological phenomenon called the contrast effect, which suggests that when something bad is compared with something average, the average thing seems better. Similarly, when something very expensive is compared to something moderately expensive, the latter seems cheaper. People often think a phone priced at 10,000 Indian rupees is good, but the contrast effect leads them to end up buying a phone priced at 18,000 Indian rupees, 20,000 Indian rupees, or 25,000 Indian rupees. Number 3, never disagree. This psychological trick is something we use in our daily lives in communication, and according to us, you should also use this powerful trick. If you want people to listen to you and understand your point of view, never directly disagree with them. Don't say, "I completely disagree with you." Cognitive neuroscience research at University College London and MIT showed that when 2 people were asked to evaluate the price of a real estate property, their brains responded better when they agreed with each other. But when they disagreed, their cognitive receptivity was reduced, making it harder for them to make a decision together. So, whether in personal or professional communication, this trick will help improve relationships and make people more receptive to your ideas. Number 4, the story bias. English novelist E.M. Forster presented 2 stories. Which one do you think you will remember more? First, the king died and the queen died, or second, the king died and the queen died of grief? If you chose option B, you're not alone. Most of us are influenced by the story bias. In the second story, there is meaning and emotion attached, which makes it more memorable. This is why advertisements often sell the story behind a product rather than just its benefits. For example, author Yuval Noah Harari became one of the most successful anthropology authors by selling 28 million copies of his book Sapiens. Not because it had unique ideas, but because he presented already available information with powerful storytelling. Number 5, perception is reality. Have you ever noticed how sometimes hours go by without you realizing it while you're doing something, but 15 minutes of waiting outside can feel like an eternity? In the physical world, we measure time in hours, minutes, and seconds, but in our mental world, time works differently. The more you are engaged in something, the less time seems to matter. However, if you're unsure how much time you'll have to wait, time feels longer. This principle is used by companies like Uber, which show you that a car will arrive in 5 to 10 minutes, making the wait feel shorter. Number 6, the sunk cost fallacy. You may have heard of people whose business was doing well, but to keep it going, they took on more and more debt, eventually leading to the business failing and then being in even more debt. This is the sunk cost fallacy, continuing to invest more in a failing venture just to recover previous losses. This fallacy can also apply to toxic relationships, where you keep investing time and energy despite repeated harm, thinking you've already invested too much to quit. The more time, money, and energy you invest, the higher the chances of falling into this trap. Next, the specificity trap. This concept is widely used in the medical field. If someone has a headache, the cause could be anything from a viral infection to a brain tumor, but doctors usually first treat it as a viral infection because it has a higher probability compared to a brain tumor. When evaluating something, be careful not to fall into the specificity trap. Many people use this trap in lying, adding too many specific details to make their lie seem believable. To catch such lies, keep asking more specific questions. Eventually, the lie will unravel. If you liked this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel to support its growth. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss upcoming videos. Thank you for watching,